मैनेजमेंट के लेक्चर्स। स्ट्रेटेजिक मैनेजमेंट उन कंपनीज की होती है जो अगले से 10 साल 20 साल या 100 साल से सरवाइव करने का सोचते हैं, जो सोचते हैं कि हमने सरवाइव करना है। तो ये बातें किसी नॉर्मल यूट्यूबर वाली नहीं है, जैसे वो कहते हैं बिजनेस करो और पढ़ो नहीं। भाई पढ़ोगे नहीं तो कॉर्पोरेट गवर्नेंस कैसे समझोगे? कॉर्पोरेट गवर्नेंस का मतलब ये है कि जैसे अमेजोन जितनी $1 ट्रिलियन की कंपनी है, उसके शेयर होल्डर्स हैं, पाकिस्तान में भी बैठे शेयर होल्डर हैं, सऊदीया में, वर्ल्ड वाइड, उनका फिर एक ग्रुप बनता है, ठीक है ना। और वो ग्रुप फिर मैनेजमेंट को हायर करता है। उस मैनेजमेंट में जो सी होता है उसको 3 करोड़ रुपए, 4 करोड़, 5 करोड़, 20 करोड़ तनख्वाह मिलती है। फिर वो ऑपरेशंस डिसाइड करता है। तो इस तरह के सेटअप को आप तभी जानेंगे जब आप पढ़ेंगे, और जब आप लल्लू पंजू यूट्यूबर्स की बातों से बाहर निकलेंगे। उस वजह से एमबीए करना, बीबीए करना बहुत ज़रूरी है। सुंदर पिचाई जो गूगल का सीईओ है, उसने भी ये किया हुआ है। तो हम खैर हमने कॉर्पोरेट गवर्नेंस का लेक्चर रिकॉर्ड किया हुआ है, डॉक्टर फारूक बलोच बिजनेस एआई रिसर्च के चैनल पे मौजूद है। आज हम पढ़ेंगे स्ट्रेटेजिक मैनेजमेंट को। ये पढ़ना आपके लिए बहुत ज़रूरी है ताकि आप भी लॉन्ग टर्म सोच सकें और कंपनीज़ को गाइड कर सकें एज अ स्टूडेंट, एज अ प्रोफेशनल। और अगर आप बिजनेस ओनर हैं तो आप भी बड़ा सोचें। क्यों आप किसी की बातें सुन के सिर्फ जो है ना ये सोचें कि मैंने क्या करना है, चाय बेचनी है या दुकान खोलनी है, तो वो भी तो नहीं सोचना आप लोगों ने। ऐसा है ना। तो एक मिनट बस अपनी कॉल अटेंड कर लूँ। कमिंग, ओके, ठीक है। कॉल शुक्र है मुझे अटेंड नहीं करनी पड़ी। सो अभी सी, ओके। सो हम स्ट्रेटेजिक मैनेजमेंट के जो है ना लेक्चर्स रिकॉर्ड करते हैं। तो ग्रेट, स्टार्ट करते हैं ये लेक्चर। Viewers, this is Dr. Farooq Baloch. Most important concept in business and management world, the broadest concept. If anyone ever asked you that what is the broadest concept in management sciences in business, then you can clearly say it is strategic management. Today, for the first time, you will be learning the concept of strategic management, its models and its competitive advantage, why in bigger boardrooms, why in world top universities the strategic management is most important subject taught. And for the strategic management, I also have a detailed course where there will be 45 lectures, so that you manage the strategic management of the bigger companies like Amazon, Apple, and you plan how these companies, you learn from their case studies that how these companies strategically manage themselves to survive till the 100 years. At least they are planning to survive till the 100 years. We know a lot of companies survived, such as Ford, such as Mercedes Benz, such as BMW. A lot of companies have survived for the 100 years. We can learn a lot of things from them. So starting with the strategic management concept, what is it? So the strategic management is the process of formulating, implementing, and evaluating decisions that enables organization to achieve its long-term objectives. Okay, its strategy is something for the long term, 3 to 5 years. Strategic means something that is above 5 to 10 years, maybe more than 10 years. Okay, it is about having that vision and mission, and definitely making a strategy, implementing it, and then evaluating it to ensure that the strategy is getting executed in the right way. So why strategic management is so important? It's so important to decide about the direction. It is so important to build a competitive advantage and ensure the long-term success. Strategic management is so important that maybe today wherever the Bill Gates is, the Microsoft is, wherever the Elon Musk, Tesla is, they have imagined it 10 years ago. So it takes 10 years to build long-term projects. For example, the Burj Khalifa, we can see it was not designed overnight. Maybe 1 year thinking cannot make the world largest tower. It takes 15 to 20 years to construct something. So you need someone in the higher level maybe if in a country, the president of the country, maybe in a company, the owner or the CEO of the company must imagine something long term. So this is the reason strategic management is so important. Levels of strategic management, basically there are three levels of strategic management. The top level is corporate level strategy, where we make the corporate level strategy. The second is the business level strategy, and the third is functional level strategy. Corporate level strategy means the strategy of deciding that what portfolio we want to be in. For example, when we talk about some billionaire, so the billionaire can start any business, he can be in any business, but he decides that which business I want to stay in. Bill Gates was the person who was the richest person in the world so many times, but he decided that my portfolio strategy will be only staying in the software. I will not go into the hardware. We can see that Amazon, right now, the Amazon owner can start any business. He can own any small startup, but they keep a portfolio. They keep a portfolio strategy, and they decide, okay, I'm going to be only going to work only in the commerce domain. So the business level strategy is slightly lower level strategy, and then we will talk about the functional strategy that is also at the business level. Okay, I have to go for a for समथिंग दिस लेक्चर्स, ये थोड़ा सा हम यहाँ पे भी, उसको तो मैंने पास कर दिया है, इसको भी मैं पास करके आता हूँ थोड़ी देर में. बहुत आ गया उनका. चलो जी, मैं कहानी ख़त्म करके आ रहा हूँ. अच्छा, सो मुझे काम के लिए जाना पड़ गया. हम लेवल्स ऑफ स्ट्रेटजी मेरे ख्याल में कर चुके थे. लेट मी गेट रिलैक्स्ड फॉर अ वाइल. Strategic management process is the next thing we need to discuss. That is environmental scanning, that is strategy formulation, that is strategy implementation, and strategy evaluation. What is the environmental scanning? In environmental scanning, there are a lot of models. For example, the pestle analysis, the Porter five forces, that is extremely popular. Pestle analysis is political, economic, social, legal, and environmental analysis. In the Porter five forces model, we look into the threat of new entrants, bargaining power of suppliers, bargaining power of the buyers. Then in strategy formulation, we decide about the SWOT analysis of starting with the vision, mission, and then SWOT analysis and strategies. In strategy implementation, we make strategic business units, and we ensure there are teams that implement the strategy. And in evaluation, we make the standards, and we evaluate the people, are they obtaining the strategy level targets or not. So by environmental standing, in simple words, we mean analysis of internal and external environment affecting the organization. External environment is pestle analysis, Porter five forces. Internal environment analysis is about resources, capabilities, core competencies. SWOT analysis and strategy is done to analyze the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Vision, mission statement we make when we make our strategy, and strategy formulation is a long-term plan to achieve the objectives. What we do in sometimes we make generic competitive strategy. For example, the cost leadership. We ensure that we are making product with the minimum amount compared to our industry. We can see the Apple is a big case study for us when it comes to cost leadership. That despite of the factor that they have the most expensive mobile phone, but still they outsource their production to China to ensure the cost leadership. Because there are two ways to earn the profit in the business. The first way is that you produce the thing with the least amount, with the least spent amount, you cut your expenses, and the other way is that you sell more or you increase your price. So the reducing the cost always works for the companies to increase the profit. The second thing is differentiation. You have to differentiate yourself and then focus on strategy. So all these three strategies can work together when we are gaining a strategic advantage. When it comes to implementation, we have to work on our teams. We have to turn the strategy into action through the structure, leadership, and resources. And the role of the leadership is leadership must align people, resources, and culture in the strategy. Strategy evaluation and control is about monitoring performance and making corrective action. In this step, the human resource management standards are extremely important. So there are different tools worldwide that companies use. For example, balanced scorecard, value chain analysis, and benchmarking. Students must do the case study analysis, strategic thinking skills, and for professionals, they must do the competitive positioning of themselves. For example, as an employee, where do you stand compared to your colleagues? So it also works in case of the business growth. Businesses must also see how they are growing compared to the others. In the digital era, what is going to happen? Those companies which will transform themselves digitally will do a great job. And definitely the strategies in upcoming 10 years will be driven by AI. And when we say, often when we go for the interviews in the bigger companies, people ask you that what is the corporate portfolio decision, what is the business competitive positioning. So we can say that on bigger level, strategic management can be divided into two strategies. One is the corporate strategy and other one is business strategy. Corporate strategy means you decide in which business we want to be. I mean, we will stay in the software business or we will going into the drinks business. The bigger management, the owners of the company decide the corporate strategy. Business strategy is the competitive strategy, that how we will compete with the other software companies, how we will compete with the other food companies. So common mistakes I want to discuss here, that what are the common mistakes that people make while making the strategy: poor execution, ignoring environment, and lack of alignment. Benefits of effective strategic management is sustainable growth, obviously, competitive advantage, and organizational resilience. What we learned from this lecture is that strategy drives success and execution is as important as planning. And if you understand the things, please tell me in the comment section why some strategies fail, or answer me how does AI will influence the strategy. See you in the next lecture. Thank you so much. तो ये लेक्चर हमारा थोड़ा सा जो है ना लंबा हो गया है. अब हम इंशाल्लाह ताला अगला लेक्चर जो है ना रिकॉर्ड करते हैं. ये ओवरव्यू के लेक्चर्स हैं, इन सब की हमने यूडेमी पे कोर्सेज होंगी. और ये जो है ना मेरा जो इंग्लिश वाला लेक्चर है, डॉक्टर फ़ारूक बलोच एआई एंड रिसर्च, उस पर ये वीडियोस अपलोड हो जाएंगी. तो जो लोग मेंबर हैं उस चैनल के, ये पता नहीं है, मेंबरशिप की फ़ीस मैंने ख़ुद सेट नहीं की, तो वो शायद $12 है या $30 है. पहले ये सारे लेक्चर्स उन लोगों को अवेलेबल होते हैं जो मेंबर्स हैं, उसके बाद जो है ना बाकी लोगों को अवेलेबल होंगे. बहरहाल ये सारी चीज़ें पब्लिकली अवेलेबल होंगी. अगर हम दिन में मैं 30-40 लेक्चर्स रिकॉर्ड कर रहा हूँ आजकल मैं अपने मुख्तलिफ़ कामों के लिए, ताकि पूरा साल मुझे दोबारा काम ना करना पड़े. तो अगर हम सारे लेक्चर्स को एक साथ अपलोड कर देंगे तो शायद जो हमारे लोग हैं वो देखें भी नहीं और डिस्टर्ब भी हों. तो हमने क्या किया हुआ है, हमने इसको स्केजुअल किया हुआ है. तो ये सारे लेक्चर्स इंशाल्लाह ताला चलते रहेंगे. मे बी अगर ये हम लोग अगर रिकॉर्ड कर पाए इन बिज़ी दिनों में, तो मेरा इरादा है मैं इंशाल्लाह ताला कोई 100-150 लेक्चर तो रिकॉर्ड करूँ, कम से कम 100-150 दिन तो निकल जाएं और यूट्यूब को दोबारा खोलने की भी ज़रूरत ना पड़े, ताकि 100-150 दिन तक स्केड्यूल करें आप. वीडियो अपने हिसाब से अपने टाइम पे चलेगा. और जो एल्गोरिदम की शिकायत है कि मैं जो है ना 6-6 महीने गायब हो जाता हूँ, फिर मैं 6 महीने बाद कोई वीडियो बनाता हूँ, वो भी हल हो जाए. तो हम जो है ना अगला लेक्चर देखते हैं. بلکہ میں ایک کام کرتا ہوں، اس کو ہم کلوز کر دیتے ہیں، یہ لیکچر کافی لمبا ہو گیا، تاکہ یہ جو اس کا کنٹینٹ ہے باقی لوگ یوز کریں. پھر میں انٹرپرینورشپ کے لیکچر کے لیے دوبارہ لائیو آتا ہوں. جو لوگ ہمیں دیکھ رہے ہیں وہ دوسرے لائیو میں آ جائیں. تھینک یو سو مچ.